Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurilia Natasha binti Muhammad Sabri. Topic for my presentation is hormones and chemicals linked with our emotions. First, we must know what is emotions. Emotions are very complex and have different meanings to different people. But essentially, emotions are a conscious experience that are categorized by states of mind, external and internal reaction and expression. There are many different emotions, including affection, anger, annoyance, anxiety, confidence, contentment, courage, curiosity, depression, desire, and so on. Emotions are not really made out of anything, but how we feel emotions can be described. Emotions come from the arousal of the nervous system. Millions of chemical reactions take place in brain at any given time. Chemical reactions occur because of synapses. Synapses are part of the nervous system, and it is through this that neurons are able to transmit messages using neurotransmitters. Typically measured in physiological responses such as a pounding heart, sweating, blood rushing to the face, and the release of adrenaline. Expression also a major part of emotions. Expression is associated with parts of the nervous system such as the motor cortex, limbic system, and the brainstem. These are the types of hormones and chemical and how it can affect our emotion. First is progesterone. Progesterone is a female sex hormone produced by a temporary gland within the ovaries called corpus luteum and plays a key role in reproductive. Our brain is highly responsive to progesterone concentrations. Insomnia, anxiety, and migraine are commonly seen with imbalance with estrogen and progesterone. Progesterone counterbalances the action of estrogen. While estrogen has an excitatory effect on brain, progesterone has calming effect. Studies have shown that progesterone shows anxiolytic effect by gamma-aminobutyric acid GABA receptors in the brain. GABA has an inhibitory neurotransmitter that assists in relaxation and sleep. Second is dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter released by hypothalamus and is involved in focus, attention, memory, drive, muscle control, and ovulation. It is associated with alertness, memory, cognition, happiness, and vigilance. Low level of dopamine in the body can result in depression, impulsivity, mood swings, attention deficit, cognitive issues, compulsive behavior, cravings, apathy, and loss of satisfaction in life activities. It inhibits rational thinking as seen in schizophrenia. Dopamine is important in brain's reward system and elevations in its level can lead to addictive behavior, suspicious personality, and possible paranoia. There are no food resources that can provide dopamine directly, but consider taking foods rich in tyrosine and phenylalanine, the amino acids required to manufacture dopamine. Both of these amino acids are seen in protein-rich foods like turkey, chicken, milk, cheese, and eggs. Third is serotonin. Serotonin, it regulates a wide range of physiological and biological functions including mood, arousal, aggression, thinking abilities, and memory. Right levels of serotonin are related to relaxation, mood upliftment. Excess of serotonin causes sedation and apathy, whereas deficiency of serotonin is associated with low mood, lack of will, poor appetite control, anxiety disorders, depression, social behavior, and sexual problems. Conditions like anxiety disorders, impulsivity, depression, mood disorders, and disturbance in the sleep-wake cycle, obesity, eating disorders, and chronic pain are associated with disruptions in serotonin level. Medicine enhances serotonin production by inhibiting activity in the stress-producing regions of the brain. The fourth is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a primary neurotransmitter released from nerve endings in both central and peripheral nervous system. It is in charge of muscle movement, alertness, concentration, and memory. When levels are optimal, mood is elevated, mind is focused, and intelligence increased. But with the low level learning, Recall, ability to think clearly can plummet. Control primitive drive and emotion like anger, fear, rage, and aggression. With the imbalance in these neurotransmitters, this emotion can affect both the individual and people around them. There is an inverse relationship between acetylcholine and serotonin. If one increases, the quantity of other decreases. In lower amounts, act as a stimulant for brain as it stimulates release of dopamine and serotonin. But too much of egg inhibits brain and causes depression. Food rich in protein like eggs, fish, dairy, soy products, and food containing lecithin significantly increase egg. Supplements that significantly increase egg concentration are choline, lecithin, fish oil, and flaxseed oil. Certain medications, chemicals, and physical activity also increases egg concentration. Next is oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone that is made in hypothalamus and released into the blood by pituitary gland. Plays a role in pro-social behavior, sexual reproduction, and during and after childbirth. Evokes feeling of contentment, calmness, security, and reductions in anxiety level. Oxytocin inhibits brain areas associated with behavioral control of fear and anxiety and protect against stress. Nasally administered oxytocin has been reported to reduce fear by inhibiting amygdala, brain area responsible for fear responses. It increases trust, empathy, and social interaction and is responsible for romantic attraction and subsequent monogamous pair bonding. MDMA, an addictive drug commonly called as ecstasy, increases feeling of love, empathy, and connection by stimulating oxytocin activity in the brain. Deficiency of oxytocin is involved in pathophysiology of depression and is related to poor communication, more anxiety and fear, disturbed sleep, sugar cravings, and irritability. Next is GABA. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that is produced from glutamic acid, which is an amino acid in the body. It slows down the activity of limbic system, reducing fear, anxiety, and panic. GABA acts like a natural tranquilizer and suppresses the hormone prolactin that stimulates nighttime incontinence. Glutamic acid and vitamin B6 help in manufacture of GABA. Zinc also enhances GABA release and inhibits glutamate release, an excitatory neurotransmitter. Most of the patients with bipolar disorder have lower GABA level, and this accounts for their restlessness and anxiety. The last is norepinephrine and epinephrine. Norepinephrine is a catecholamine that acts as a neurotransmitter as well as hormone. It is involved in arousal system of the brain and the sympathetic nervous system, where it is responsible for increases in blood pressure, breathing, and respiratory rate. As a hormone, it is released by adrenal glands and is involved in the fight or flight response of the body. Epinephrine. Epinephrine or adrenaline released by medulla of the adrenal glands surge at the time of panic and emergency. It provokes stress response and brings out the arousal of extreme emotions like fear, anger, or amusement. Too little epinephrine and norepinephrine have been found to be associated with depression, while an excess has been seen in mood disorder like schizophrenia. I think that's all for today. Thank you for listening.